afternoon folks, happy Friday and welcome back to another episode of Adams Eats. How are we doing? Now before I jump into today's recipe, I just want to do a quick shout out to my very own sister Emma. She gave birth the early hours of this morning to a gorgeous little girl called Lola. She's a tiny little thing, she weighs only 6 pounds, but she looks so cute. Congratulations to you and Ben, and I'm sure I'll see you guys very soon. It also now means that I'm an uncle, which is kind of a bit strange, still getting used to that idea. But even weirder, Dad, you're now a granddad. Right, so on to today's video. I thought I'd do something slightly different and I'm gonna try and replicate one of these. All right, it's a McDonald's double cheeseburger. Now we all know and love them, but I'll be quite honest with you, if I eat one of these, I'm really poorly afterwards. God knows what they do to it, because really it should just be a burger, some cheese, some pickles, bit of mustard and tomato ketchup on a bun. It might be nice, but it doesn't agree with me at all. Now I also did another copycat recipe ages ago, back when the channel kind of first started, and that was for a sausage and egg McMuffin, so I'll put a link up for that as well so you can go and watch it. So without further ado folks, if you hit that pause button, make a list of those ingredients, and we'll go and make ourselves a copycat McDonald's cheeseburger. But better. Hopefully. Right, so what I've got here then is some really good quality steak mince which I got from the butchers. Now my thinking is that the better my mince, the better my burger is going to be. So I'm going to put this into a bowl. Now the temptation here to muck around with it is strong. You know, my gut instinct tells me I want to throw herbs in there, spices, some fresh garlic, fresh onion. All right, and if I was making a burger myself, I may do that, but this is a McDonald's copycat and they don't. All they add is salt and pepper, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go in with a good pinch of salt, plenty of pepper because I know beef loves it. And I may just season the outside of the patties before I fry them as well, just to give it an extra bit of flavour. Right, so the only thing we need to do now is just mix it up with our hands, get all that seasoning mixed all the way through. And just quickly, I'm going to pinch just a small piece off. I'm going to roll it into a mini patty as it were, and I'm going to fry that off, give it a quick taste, and then I can adjust the seasoning if I need to. I won't go too mad because I'm going to season it as well just before we put it in the pan. So I fried off just a little bit of that burger mix, just tasted it for seasoning. It could do with a little bit more salt. I'm not going to add any to that because I'm going to season the outside as well. Doesn't need any more pepper, so we're going to form them into burger patties. Now the reason I've got my bun here is because I want to make sure that the patties are a little bit bigger than the bun. So obviously when we cook it, they're going to shrink a bit. So just get a handful of it. Now I've noticed that the McDonald's patties are quite thin, so I'm going to make mine like that as well. Just roll it into a ball, just squash it down, nice and flat. That looks to me slightly bigger than the bun. And I've got some squares of greaseproof paper here, just to keep them separated. I'm going to pop that on there, and I'm going to repeat that with the rest of the mix. Right, so that's my burgers made up. I'm just going to pop another piece of greaseproof paper on the top, and then I'll pop those on a plate, and I'm going to stick those in the fridge for about 20 minutes just to firm up a little bit. Now whilst those burgers are chilling in the fridge, just firming up, I'm going to get on and slice up the onion. Now I've noticed with the McDonald's that their onion is sliced really thin, so that's what I'm going to do with this. Take off that top. There's no way I'm going to use all of this, so I'll probably use the rest for something else. Peel it. Then I'm going to go for a really fine dice. So I'm just going to take my time with it, go in as well. And I think I'm going to switch over to my carving knife, A, because it's sharper at the minute, and also because I can get nice long strokes with it as well. So I'm going to go nice and thin. I think that's about as small as I'm going to get it. Right, so that's the onion done. Now I've got a theory, right? The reason why they probably chop it so fine is because the finer you chop it, the more juices are released, and you get a much stronger, sweeter onion flavour. So by chopping it small, you get more flavour for less onion. I could be wrong, let me know in the comments what you think. Next thing, we've got our gherkin or pickles. I'm going to slice these up. Just going to nip off that end piece because I don't really want that. And then just slice it into discs. Now I really love gherkin, so I'll probably put quite a few on. Right, and that's all the prep done. Let's get on and make some burgers. Right, so I've got a pan here and I'm going to put the heat on to fairly high. Now there's also another temptation here to add some oil to that. But I'm going to resist because I don't think they use olive oil or vegetable oil when they fry their burgers. So I'm just going to leave it as a dry pan, get it nice and hot, and I'm going to take each patty, got the first one here, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt just on the outside, pop it straight in the pan, peel off that paper, sprinkle a little bit of salt on there as well. Same with the other one. And then I'm going to simply fry those for about 3-4 minutes each side. Right, so these have had about 3 minutes on this side. Let's turn them over and have a look. Looking good, looking good. Smells amazing. So again, I'll cook those for another couple of minutes and then we'll add our cheese on top. Right, so these have had another couple of minutes. I think they're done. I'm going to turn off the heat and now we're going to add the cheese, which is of course sliced processed American cheese. Now, you know, again, you might be tempted to add cheddar, some Gouda, provolone, some other kind of fancy cheese. Don't. This stuff works and I don't want to muck around with it. So I'm going to place a slice on there and then I'm going to put the other burger patty on top and then place the other slice on top. And I'm going to let that sit there for just a minute, just so that cheese can melt in the residual heat. Right, so that cheese looks like it's melted sufficiently. So I'm going to take this out of the pan, pop that on the chopping board just for a minute. Then I'm going to turn the heat back on and I'm just going to use the residual fat in here just to lightly toast our bun. Right, so I think we're ready to assemble the burger. Got my lightly toasted bun halves. So first off, just get our burger on. They don't seem to add any ketchup or anything to the base, so I'm not going to do that either. Then we're going to go on with some ketchup, some American mustard, then a sprinkling of onion, and then we'll lay on our pickles. Don't know how many they use, but I like them, so I'm going to put on quite a few. And I think I'm just going to add just a little bit more ketchup, just because I like it, and it'll kind of help everything stick together as well. And then we'll place our bun on top, and there we have my copycat McDonald's double cheeseburger. Looks pretty dandy, I hope you'll agree. And just for comparison, here's the McDonald's one. Yeah, slightly different. Now, I'm not going to knock McDonald's, all right? You get what you pay for. That was £1.49. Yeah, but as you can see, very different. Their bun is a bit more toasted than mine, but never mind. And that's enough of me waffling on. Let's have a taste. Right, so here we are then, my copycat McDonald's double cheeseburger. So first I'm going to try the McDonald's one. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Tastes like a cheeseburger. The meat's well seasoned. You can taste the processed cheese, which gives it a kind of salty creaminess, which is really nice. Yeah, it's okay, but like I said to you at the beginning, that's going to play havoc with my body later, so I'm going to regret eating that. So I'm going to put that to one side. Let's try my own, which, let's be honest, it does look much more appetising. It tastes pretty much the same as that one. I will say that my burger patties are way better seasoned than those. There's a bit more pepper in there, and it just tastes fresher. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just a nicer, fresher, better taste. It's delicious. And there we are, folks, that's my McDonald's copycat double cheeseburger. Surprisingly easy to make, tastes almost exactly the same as the McDonald's one, but just that bit better. And you know what's going in it, that's the important thing. I mean, I'm not here to bash McDonald's because, again, you get what you pay for. The burgers are nice, but I think if you learn how to make it yourself, like I said before, you're gonna know what's in it, and I think taste-wise, you're gonna have a much better experience. And that about wraps up today, folks, so thanks again for tuning in and watching. And before I go, I just want to do a quick shout out to one of my subscribers, and that's Caratessa. Thanks for leaving such lovely comments. So I'll see you all next time for more tasty fun and frolics. I'm off to finish this. Ta-ta for now.